Okie dokie. Good sheep. Happy sheep. Today I'm going to use my manual grain grinder and my Gosun to make you guys the all Amaranth, only Amaranth bread. So I'm going to grind up this Amaranth. I've got good sheep. Yeah, I do. I've got a whole year's supply of Amaranth over here that I collected. I have this whole bin full of the rough Amaranth that I pulled off from this field, and I passed it through my my hanging dehydrator that you saw over there. I put all that rough stuff into it and then sifted all the little stems and all the clusters of heavier chaff, filtered those out, and then I'm left with just the lightweight chaff that blows out a lot easier. So yeah, this is literally, this bin was, and there's the pile of stems, because I tried cutting some of them too, and just drying them out on a huge mat. Literally, this thing was entirely filled, and I just scooped out this portion right here and put it through my hanging drying rack, and this is what was produced. So basically, it looks like there is about a gallon. Once I winnow this away in my walk, there looks like there's going to be about a gallon Ziploc bag full of grain just from that little portion that I pulled out of here, and there's 10 times more at least. So there's going to be 10 gallons of Amaranth. As you can see, still got a little bit of chaff in there. And Amaranth is super fine, so you got to tighten the wheel down a little bit more than normal if you want to get any amount of grinding on it. Amaranth takes the longest to grind. It's the easiest to grind, but it takes the longest because it's so fine that you have to really clamp down the stone wheels against each other, and so not much can pass through very easily, very quickly. Very fine. Amaranth makes some of the finest flour. Silly ram. Silly ram, man. Silly ram. Silly ram. You silly ram. You need to get back. No, it's not for you. This is mine. Go on. There we go. Now put some of my sheep's milk left over from this morning. Good thing I didn't drink it all. Get back. No. 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 Stop it. Get out of here. Turd. Go on. I need some more water in this. Take some Berkey filtered water. Yeah, that is. Salt in it. Getting low on salt. Silly boy, how are you? You're a good boy. This is my new ram. He's only 7 months old. He's still a lamb technically, and he weighs 170 pounds already. His dad weighs 550 pounds. This is the biggest breed of sheep in the world. A show suffix. You are a show. You put on show for sure. very, very slowly it's able to pour. But this is the consistency that you want it at roughly before you put in the egg yolks. Because if you put in like 2 egg yolks into this, it's gonna make it a lot thinner. One egg yolk. There we go. All right. I'll mix this in. As you can see, perfect. It pours, but it's got good peak. Perfect. Now we'll get these eggs perfect, and then we'll combine them and throw them in the solar oven. See if you can see that. I'll bring it closer. I don't know why, but this isn't thickening up. It usually has a peak by now. As long as it has bubbles though, that's all that really matters. And this is a little thinner. These are kind of old eggs. Maybe that has something to do with it. I know the egg white is thicker when it's fresh. Got a little bit of a, yeah, not much of a peak, but that'll do. And we're going to mix in. You want to mix it in off to the side and fold it in. You're not trying to pop the air bubbles, you're trying to integrate the air bubbles into this flour as best as possible. And you want to mix it in just to the point where it mixes in. Actually, you can stop just shy of mixing it in. Like, there can still be a little bit of swirls, and then that will equal more air bubbles on your bread when you bake it, and it'll give you more of a rise. And we'll fold this in, stir it in. That's good. Don't want to really stir it any more than that. Get your Gosun out. Deploy your Gosun. It's a time-sensitive thing. You don't want to wait too long, because the longer you wait, the more the air bubbles will break. Stick it in our Gosun. And that's a little on the runny side. You don't want to make it any runnier than that. In fact, I'll probably have to keep the this open a little bit so that it can evaporate some of that moisture. Because there's a little bit too much moisture in there. So you can kind of regulate that by keeping the door more open or more closed. Because yeah, that is the only drawback of these Gosuns, is that they're kind of hard to regulate the moisture compared to what you're used to in a regular oven. That should be good though. All right, now we wait. It only takes about half an hour in this amount of sun. Good sheep, happy sheep. It's usually not quite cooked right here because it's right next to the port. So let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's not quite cooked there, but it's always cooked more towards the back. Still tastes good. Man, the amaranth flour is so fine. So awesome. If you pour the dough in a little bit too thin, one of the tricks you can do to get more moisture out of this tube and out of the bread more efficiently, besides just leaving the door cracked a little bit, is you can take a bite out of the end, and then it'll be able to evaporate out, because the top has like a crust, and so it is able to evaporate off. So if you take that first piece off, then it's able to evaporate out inside. I'm gonna go for another 10 minutes. See if I can get some browning. All right, it's done. I can smell it. All right, got a little bit of browning going on. That's perfect. Look at that browning on the edge. Beautiful. Let's check it out. Yeah. Amaranth bread. So fine. So smooth of a texture. It tastes more like a pastry than when I run wheat or barley through that grain grinder. It's so light and fluffy. So light and fluffy. Amaranth flour is the best. And it's so efficient to collect. It's a weed. It's crazy. So awesome. Okay. For all you freaking gluten-free people, it is better. It definitely, it falls apart in your mouth. It breaks up in your mouth. It's not as chewy, and it doesn't gum up your intestines. Look at that fruit. You good sheep. JC. Good girl. Love you, mama.